Hello dear students, welcome back to EduHunt video lecture series, and we are going to answer multiple choice questions based on the concept explained previously. We have discussed the previous questions in the previous video. When pollen of a flower is transferred to the stigma of another flower, that means cross pollination of the same plant. They are saying that same plant. So this pollination is referred to as, we have discussed geitonogamy and xenogamy. Geitonogamy is the pollination, that is transfer of pollen grains of different flowers of the same plant. So same plant but different flowers, pollination, same plant they are saying. So the answer is geitonogamy. They have given xenogamy. Xenogamy is nothing but the transfer of pollen grains from anther of one flower to the stigma of another flower of different, that is present on the flower is present on the different plant of the same species. The plants must belong to the same species. Then only we call it as cross pollination. Autogamy is nothing but self pollination, and allogamy is general cross pollination. When pollen tube enters through funiculus, funiculus is the stalk of ovule or integuments or funiculus, it is called porogamy. It is I think it is mesogamy, chalazogamy, isogamy. Isogamy is not the entry of pollen tube. Pollen tube, for the sake of fertilization, it enters in 3 different directions. It may enter any of the direction. So the ultimate goal is to discharge their male gametes into the embryo sac to fuse with the female gametes. To facilitate the fertilization, the pollen tube carries the male gametes. Now the pollen tube may enter the ovule in any way. If it directly enters through the micropyle, say this is the ovule, I'll draw the diagram, ovule. This is, you know that it is a micropyle. This is chalaja, micropyle, chalaja, and this is the funiculus, funicle. The pollen tube may enter in any of the direction. If it enters, the pollen tube enters the ovule in this direction, that is through the micropyle, it is called porogamy. Porogamy is the entry of pollen tube into the ovule through the micropyle. If the pollen tube enters like this, that is through the what we call integuments or through the funicle, it is called mesogamy. If it enters through the chalaja, then it is called chalajogamy. So remember, porogamy, mesogamy, chalajogamy. Porogamy is the entry of pollen tube through the micropyle. Entry of pollen tube through the funicle or through the integuments, it is called mesogamy. If it enters through the chalaja, then it is called chalajogamy. Anyway, in any direction it may enter, but the ultimate goal is to reach the egg cell, that is embryo sac. But after the initial entry, finally it reaches the embryo sac through the micropyle only. So the pollen tube enters through funicle or integument is called, answer is mesogamy. Mesogamy is the correct answer, because porogamy through micropyle, entry of pollen tube through micropyle, and chalazogamy through chalaza. Isogamy is not the pollination, it is fusion of male and female, fusion of gametes. If both the gametes are similar, then it is called isogamy. Mesogamy through funicle or through integument. Identify the dicot and monocot characters respectively. Dicot characters, ikkada ichina vaatilo dicot characters, leaf, reticulate venation, idi dicot. I am putting dicot. And tetrarch condition is most common feature, dicot root. And in stem, this is called, vascular bundles are arranged in a ring like fashion, that is called eustele. It is also dicot character. And flowers are here, these are pentamerous flowers. Penta or tetramerous flowers is quite common in dicots. In monocots they are trimerous flowers. Anyway, if we take out these, the remaining will be monocot. So A, C, F, H. A, C, F, H. Right here. A, C, F, H. And remaining B, D, E, G. B, D, E, G. A, C, F, H and B, D, E, G. This is the correct answer. Consider the following 4 statements. What are the statements? Let us see. The sporophyte in liverworts is more elaborate than that in mosses. Sporophyte in liverworts. Liverworts are Hepaticopsida. And Salvinia is heterosporous. The life cycle in all seed-bearing plants is diplontic. In Pinus, male and female cones are born on different trees. Which 2 statements out of 4 are wrong? This we should keep in mind, that whether they are asking about to write the, select the right or the correct options or the wrong statements. Among these 4, which 2 are the wrong? We can say Pinus, male and female cones are born on different trees. So it is a wrong one. The life cycle in all seed-bearing plants is diplontic. The sporophyte in liverworts is more elaborate than in mosses. Salvinia is a heterosporous, the life cycle. So the sporophyte in liverworts is more elaborate than in mosses is wrong. So statement 1 and 4 are wrong. Which one of the following is the major difference between mosses and ferns? Mosses, they belong to bryophytes, and ferns, they are pteridophytes. Ferns lack alternation of generation while mosses show the same. Mosses are facultative aerobes while ferns are obligate aerobes. Vascular bundles of ferns show xylem and xylem vessels while those of mosses lack. Sporophytes of ferns live much longer as compared to the sporophytes of mosses. This is obviously correct, because sporophyte is the dominant phase of the life cycle in ferns, that is pteridophytes. They are asking about the which one of the following is major difference. So in pteridophytes, sporophyte is a long-lived, and ferns are pteridophytes. They have sporophyte as the dominant phase. live much longer as compared to the sporophyte of mosses, because sporophyte of mosses is a short-lived one. Identify the plants which are given below and choose the correct option. A. All these are, not all these, first, second and third are pteridophytes and the fourth one is the gymnosperm. Let us try. This is the Selaginella. It is equisetum. By looking at the strobilus and the leaves, we can say it is a strobilus. And this is Salvinia and it is Ginkgo biloba. So we can, first one is A is Selaginella. Yes, Selaginella. Equisetum it is Salvinia and it is Ginkgo biloba. So this is the correct option. Option 2 is correct. What structures A and B respectively indicate in the life cycle of bryophytes, pteridophytes and gymnosperms? We have to study this life cycle. Sporophyte, multicellular diploid, it undergoes meiosis, produce haploid spores, and on mitosis they give rise to the gametophyte, which is a multicellular haploid, and it undergoes mitosis, produce gametes. On further fertilization, on fusion, they produce the zygote, undergoes meiosis and produce the sporophyte. This is a life cycle. Bryophytes, pteridophytes and gymnosperms. Sporangium, capsule, strobili, sporangia, flowers, cones. A and B. Bryophytes, capsule, protonema, and pteridophytes, sporangia, cones, sporophyll. Gymnosperms, fertile fronds, megasporangia, microsporangia. These are present in pteridophytes. So, bryophytes, protonema, gametophore, pteridophytes, strobili, sporangia, gymnosperms, flowers, cones, bryophytes, strobili, capsule. So, bryophytes lo strobili anedi undadu kabatti we can strike out this option. First one, sporangium capsule, strobili, sporangia, gymnosperms, flowers, cones, bryophytes, capsule, protonema. Capsule is the sporophytic phase and protonema is the gametophytic phase. And pteridophytes, sporangia, cones, sporophyll, and gymnosperms, this is correct, gymnosperms, fertile fronds, megasporangia, microsporangia. This we have to see. And these two, gametophore and protonema, they belong to the same generation, that is gametophytic generation. So these are gametophytes. Here in Bryophyta, you can see capsule and protonema as the sporophyte and gametophyte. The sporangia, cones, sporophyll, and here strobili, sporangia, gymnosperms, flowers, cones. This is the correct option. Second one is the correct option. Which one of the following option correctly represents the type of life cycle patterns? Type of life cycle patterns. Zygote is forming the sporophyte to gametogenesis, meiosis, syngamy, zygote. And in this case, immediately the zygote is undergoing division. So, what we call the sporophytic phase is very limited. So, it is haplontic phase. Sporophyte undergoes meiosis, gametophyte, the spores producing gametophyte, gametogenesis, syngamy. And here also in A, sporophyte is undergoing gametogenesis, meiosis. In this one, sporophyte undergoing meiosis and producing spores. A is diplontic, B is haplontic, and C is haplodiplontic. So, answer is A is diplontic, B is haplontic life cycle, because the zygote is immediately undergoing division. And the third one, it is haplodiplontic, because there is gametophytic phase. So, gametophytic phase giving rise to the sporophyte. So, haplodiplontic. Diplontic, haplontic and haplodiplontic is the correct option. Life cycle of an angiosperm is given below. A, B, C, D and E are respectively. Let us answer this. Where is A? A is, this is the female reproductive part, that is stigma. A is stigma. B is anther. You can see the stamen, and the tip of the stamen is anther holding the pollen sacs. Where is C? C is pollen grain, germinating pollen grain. Or if it is this, it is pollen tube. And D is the egg cell or female gamete, and E is the embryo sac. Let us see what are the options. A is stigma. Everywhere in all the options A is stigma given, and B is anther, so B is also correct. And C is male gametophyte. Yes, definitely it is a male gametophyte. So we can strike out this one and this one. Now the confusion is between 1 and 3. Male gametophyte. D is egg. Yes, D is egg. In both, C is male gametophyte, D is egg is given. Here it is D is fertilized egg is given. E is female gametophyte. It is not fertilized because the two male gametes are present outside, that is still in the what we call the pollen tube only. That is why it's not fertilized. So the option 1 is correct. A is stigma, B is anther, C is male gametophyte, and D is egg, and E is female gametophyte or the embryo sac. So first one is correct. Difference is fertilized. D is not fertilized egg, it is unfertilized egg, because the male gametes are still in the pollen tube. That is why it is not still fertilized. If this is burst and it releases the male gametes into the embryo sac during fertilization. Which is the correct combination? 1, 2. Agar, single cell protein used as food, supplements by space travelers. Algin, red algae. Carrageen, brown algae. Chlorella and spirulina. Match the column 1 with 2. Single cell protein used as food, supplements by space travelers, that is coming from chlorella, that is D1 or 1D. And let us start with A. Agar, it is coming from red algae, Gracilaria and Gelidium gracilaria it is given. So the option is 4. B is algin coming from the brown algae, that is 3. Alginic acid and fusidic acid are present in the seaweed's cell wall. Carrageen, it is coming from carrageen is C. C is coming from red alga chondrus, that is 2. And chlorella and spirulina, C, is used as single cell protein. So 4, 3, 2, 1. Where are the options? 4, 3, 2, 1. So it is the correct option. 2 is the correct option. 4, 3, 2, 1. 4, 3, 2, 1. Yes. So in the next session, we'll meet and discuss a few more questions regarding the concept. Goodbye.